All right, so here we have the 14-foot Big Tex equipment trailers. I don't have too many, I have really nothing negative to say about the equipment trailers that Big Tex does, man. They are pretty stout. I found that the couplers are fantastic, super easy to hook up to. All the wiring and everything like that is pretty flush. We've had very, very little issues. Actually, the only issue we had here is probably just an operator thing, but we had an issue with this jack. That jack was replaced at one point. It was just kind of, the one that was originally on it was kind of junky, and that actually did break like really like within 6 months of purchasing it. But you can tell this one over here is like a 4-year-old Big Tex trailer. Really haven't changed too much with these. So unlike the goosenecks that are a little bit new for them, they're changing up the design, they've got the equipment trailers pretty well figured out. One thing that we did here on the newer one, we were having an issue with the skids. The track skids are just about like an inch or less as wide as the fenders, and so we reinforced. These are modified fenders. This is like a half-inch piece of metal right here, and we can literally like ride on top of these fenders. We reinforced the whole thing. You might be able to see some of that, some of those cuts we did there. We haven't done this on the old one. This is actually a buddy of mine's. We just borrow it every now and then. You can tell, like, as time goes on, with these trailers being like several years in between each other, he's actually added the metal, which we'll probably end up adding the metal too. So just like any other typical trailer, you do want to kind of fab it as you go. Yeah, we have had some of these guys break on us, mainly operator error. If you're doing small stuff, you won't have any issues with that, but we've bent these a lot just because the tracks will come up and hit them right there, which is kind of unfortunate. But for the most part, I mean, you can look at these trailers, are pretty identical, being a few years apart. And actually we haven't actually touched the ramps on this guy yet. We've actually had some really good luck. These ones I know have been fabbed from the original. So you just put on some bigger pieces of angle iron. Mainly it's because the machines that we put up and down on these things are relatively heavy. But for the most part, the Big Tex equipment trailers, not half bad. They are relatively nice trailers for getting into an equipment trailer. They're reasonably priced as well. So if you're getting into an equipment trailer, the Big Tex is not a terrible way to go.